because I would say I'm definitely a traditional woman. And
are you a virgin?
I'm sorry.
I'm saying, how are you a traditional woman is a 22-year-old virgin?
No, as in I have like traditional values. The way that I was brought, I'm Arab, I'm Moroccan. We are brought up in a certain way. And the men that I see in my culture are very traditional. They're providers, you know, they go out, they make money. And a lot of women in my culture, they don't work. They just sort of stay at home and the man goes out and gets the money and they just raise the kids. Obviously, we've moved on from that, but I still hold those values in the sense that I'm okay to submit to my man when the time is right or when I feel the time is right.
Even if every woman became traditional and meant it, the damage they've done is irreparable. Generations of kids are brought up by being plopped in front of a computer and fed cheap slop. Those kids grow up without the self-discipline required to live life. Not to mention they sold all the land and business they got in divorce, so most people are now indentured servants. What has it taken to get us where we are today? 30+ years of women shaming, ignoring, falsely accusing, blaming, trashing, abandoning men only because we are men. You forced men to adapt to the world of not being needed or wanted.
So I'm at his house, I sit down to take a poop, right? I go to wipe, there's no toilet paper. I'm like, damn, hey babe, could you please grab me some toilet paper? He said no. I already told you that bathroom's out of toilet paper, sorry. I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot you told me this bathroom's out of toilet paper. Regardless, could you please just run downstairs and grab me some real fast? He said no. I already told you, like, you're gonna have to figure it out. Like, I told you already. And then he starts ignoring me. Like, I'm like, hey, please, he's just not responding. Like, he's just ignoring me. I hear his phone, like, scrolling through fucking videos. And I get pissed. I'm like, okay, well, if you're not gonna go, I'm gonna start screaming for help. Like, I'm gonna start screaming. He's still your man. I go, help me to the neighbors. Because I'm like, bro, I need help.
I think that most men would agree that her boyfriend not wanting to give her toilet paper in this situation is a huge red flag. Because good men that love you will go beyond what they would do for themselves because they love you. And in this situation, who knows the full story? Because there's always 3 sides to every story. Bottom line, whether that's because you treat him terribly or because he just enjoys treating you poorly, is that man doesn't care that much for you.
Guess what, ladies? We men have done what men have done since the beginning of time. Adapt to a changing world. The world you ladies have molded and changed all by yourselves. We have adapted to the world you have built where men are not wanted or needed by you. Fortunately, we men have adapted to understand it's okay for us to save and spend our money on ourselves any way we want, especially when it doesn't include risking it all being married to you.
Alright, let's see what the internet's mad about today. She's in her wedding dress, she's dancing around, and he's not noticing. Okay, caption reads, 9 years married today, failed challenge. I'm guessing by the laughing emoji that she intended this to be lighthearted and funny. And according to the comments, that makes her a dumb, ignorant woman who doesn't understand how toxic her marriage really is. Divorce, babes, divorce. People have divorced for less. I feel like you should check his phone. Check his phone. The man's fingers aren't even moving once while he's looking at it. He's not texting nobody. She told him, I'm gonna go get ready. So he's like, all right, I'm putting the game on. Y'all, she shared a 15-second clip. You have seen 15 seconds of a 9-year marriage and have unilaterally determined with all the confidence in the world that it is definitively not a worthwhile union. That makes you look kind of stupid.
We fully understand the world you have built has released men from the societal expectations of us risking everything, as we tried to build a foundation for our families only to be destroyed by your boredom and your courtrooms. Only time will tell how many decades it will take for society to swing back to where men are willing to risk everything we have in an attempt to form a bond with you. I think it's obvious that societal swing won't be happening during any of our lifetimes. Never forget, ladies, you asked for where you are today, and you insisted on it. As the old saying goes, be careful what you wish for. You just might get it. Enjoy your life alone. Okay, let me see if I got these choices correctly. Get married, have kids, listen to the endless nagging, and always be told it's my fault by my partner who says we are equal. And after about 10 or more years of listening to her endless nagging, it starts to slow down. As in the nagging because now she's going out with her friends. That's code for going to the bar and checking out other guys with her single friends. Then one time when she was drunk, of course, she and her friends went to a guy's apartment to have after-bar drinks. And of course, there's other guys there whispering into her ear, and because she cut you off from sex about a year or 2 ago, she decides that it's your fault that she won't give you sex. And the next thing you know, you getting a divorce because she doesn't love you anymore. That's code for she has a new lover. Then you get raked over the coals in a divorce. Then you hear about her orgies, and so does the rest of the town. Now she has a change of mind and discovers that she loves you and misses you, and that you weren't a bad person. That's code for, she heard everyone in town knows about her orgies and no one will date her no more, but all the guys want to smash her. And you get that call, save my reputation and take me back because no one respects me. And she wants to talk. Or the other choice, stay single, just go out and have sex. Get a dog if you get lonely, and if you want sex without the chit-chat, just get on full body massage and $100 later, deal is done. Keep all your money and never worry about being wrong 100% of the time and your feelings trashed. Yeah, I think the second option is the better choice. Women keep looking for the perfect man and ditch the good men who are successful, good-looking but not models, but still better than average, come from decent backgrounds, are educated, have good personalities, and are building their businesses and jumping the corporate rungs. When these guys are ignored, and women go for that on in a million guy, it hits their egos after being ignored time and time again, and they swear they're never even going back into dating. Because dating is not their cup of cake anymore. This is one of the major reasons why men are walking away from dating. Unfortunately, most decent men nowadays don't want to be friends, speak, interact, or socialize with women in general. However, all women are not affected by this, and the vast majority of women can barely get resources from us men because they are now struggling financially and possibly destitution for a long period. Also, women cannot function or survive without a man because they need attention and validation from men daily. And that is not happening, for they can't reject guys and use them for free drinks, food, pay their bills, and rent, especially for fun these days. Do you know that by 2030, more than half of women between the ages of 25 and 44 who are of marriageable age will be single? They will be childless and unmarried at those ages in 2030, which is a fairly high incline. Morgan Stanley commissioned a study so that its investors would know where to put their money over the coming 10 years. According to society, we would regret not having children at the end of our lives. Even in traditionally conservative countries, the quality of relationships has gotten so bad that people no longer marry and live together for the rest of their lives. Leftover women are becoming more and more prevalent in the current world because of feminism and gynocentrism, particularly in Western nations. Recently, I read an article in a newspaper about how this began in the East, and it talked about unmarried women in their late 20s and early 30s who prioritize their education and careers before romantic relationships. Many of these women are consequently left alone, and alone in their mid-30s or early 40s, only to learn that financially successful men increasingly choose younger women and shy away from women who are overly involved in their jobs. They're more interested in climbing the corporate ladder. As a result, just as in most of the Western world, women blindly adhere to the feminist philosophy and act like boss babes without ever considering the importance of males in their lives. Older women are consequently unhappy since they are already at their breaking point. Currently, women are forced into careers they loathe, are intimately familiar with the harsh realities of the job market, and, most importantly, find it dreadful to consider reaching the end of their prime. The majority of women cannot accept this last statement because of their societal training, despite it being quite telling. Women are being misled by schools, the media, and the entertainment industries into delaying marriage and having children while simultaneously being encouraged to pursue other goals like pursuing an education, a profession, or even many partners. By the way, the word partners refers to flings rather than long-term relationships. You'll discover more about these ladies in today's movies, including why they're unhappy and resentful, and why you should avoid them at all costs. They're deluded by feminist propaganda. The most extreme forms of feminism claim that as women rise to the positions of CEO and important decision-makers in large corporations and governments, they can live fully and freely. This claim essentially ignores the fact that the woman will eventually begin to feel as though she is rapidly approaching the age at which she will no longer be able to bear children, and that feeling will gradually affect her. She will also find it incredibly hard to find a partner as she ages because men prefer younger and more feminine women. Social conditioning is incredibly harmful and potent. Modern women who fall for it will go to any lengths to protect the beliefs they hold dear. In actuality, they simply combine it with the information they've received from institutions, important figures, and multinational corporations with little regard for the pleasure of women. Here's the most important part, guys. Modern women have become so intolerable for most of us that the best choice that men have now is to just walk away. From having an endless list of expectations that men have to fulfill to looking like a Greek god, making money like Jeff Bezos, and banging like some adult film star. The demands are frankly becoming delusional. Women want what they want, and when they want, and even they don't know what they want all the time. So why bother? Why waste your time, energy, and resources? Walk away and thank us later. Thanks for watching The Circle of Kings. As always, we're looking forward to your support. So please hit the like button, share this video with your friends, and subscribe to the channel to stay updated with everything all kings like yourself need to know.